What is going on, guys? Today we are reviewing one of the biggest opportunities to make more through your content in sports right now. I really think this is a seven-figure opportunity for those that do it the right way. Now, this all starts with turning your stadium into a studio. And we're looking at a playbook from our newsletter, which, by the way, you can find all of them down below. If you want a masterclass in sports marketing and what you should be doing as a team, just go down there. It's a phenomenal resource. But first and foremost, again, we're diving into stadiums as studios today. Now, one of the biggest lessons that we took away from opening week in MLS this week at Athletiverse is the amount of local art that found its way into the venues and onto social for all these teams. Whether it's Cincinnati FC activating with this local artist that made this epic design for their fan section, or we look at Bad Bunny and Messi doing an activation for MLS and Apple TV Pass, even down to San Diego FC using localized artists to really help create their game day graphics, right? This is just a final scorecard. And all the way down to LA Galaxy, again, relying on a local artist here to create an awesome tifo for their fan section. So, what I love about this content, and this is where the monetization opportunity really begins, is that if you, whether or not you're into art, you care about any of these teams, these posts are making you stop. They're making you stop and they're making you look. And when I think about monetizing content these days, the biggest thing you have to do is grab people's attention. You have to stop the scroll. We talk about it all the time. And there's a variety of different ways to do that, but it's very difficult to often do it in a meaningful way. And this is as meaningful as it gets when you talk about taking local artists, supporting your local community, and giving them a stepping stone and a stage to put their work out there, but also to represent the community, right? Most of the scroll stopping we think about is like some crazy person, getting hurt or like something crazy happened, right? It's like a visual hook. This is a visual hook that is beautiful, it's brilliant, and there's no reason in the world why brands like TQL, Continental Tire, Audi, AT&T, Discount Tire, they're not activating in pieces of content just like this. So there's an absolutely massive, I think, opportunity for brands to be activating in content like this for teams. So I just want to quickly review a list of how we're thinking about helping our teams at Athletiverse monetize this content. So first and foremost, and you can get through how to actually design a stadium as a studio program for yourself. I highly recommend, again, it's in the newsletter. But I want to skip to the actual ways that we monetize. So the first is going to be match day poster series. This is very simple, straightforward. You can look at San Diego FC here, for example. This is as simple as San Diego FC, even going back to whether it's a direct TV or one of their more local sponsors in the area, and just saying, hey, what if we watermarked your logo in the corner of this graphic? And it becomes, I think, a win-win situation because, one, everything I'm talking about today has some sort of kicker back to the person who created this IP. In this case, if it's a local graphic designer, a local artist, right? You're giving them a share on ultimately dollars coming from the team, which is an awesome story. And that's part of the feel good stuff I think teams should be doing. But you're also giving a brand an opportunity to say, hey, we support local art. We support local entrepreneurs, people that are following their dreams, that are part of the sporting community, right? So the game day graphics, by far the easiest thing to do this or monetize by far, right? It's as simple as saying, hey, let's put out a thing and have local graphic designers in the area submit their designs or artists that really encompasses our culture. And we'll pick a winner to use this season and we can have our sponsorship team sell that, right? That is by far the first and easiest. The next thing that comes to mind is the city mural tour. Now, this is when you talk about missed opportunities, I automatically just think of the Seattle gum wall or the gum wall that's up in Seattle. I apologize if that gum wall has a specific name. I'm sure it does that I just can't think of at the moment. But regardless, I always see every year, whether it's the Seahawks or the Mariners, players that are new to the town, right, that maybe just got traded or they have a new long contract. They always film them at that wall, like looking around, looking at all the locks that are, literally stuck to it, right? And I think this is an amazing opportunity preseason for your sponsorship team and content team to get on the same page and go, hey, why don't we take some of our players down to this local artist or this art gallery or some sort of attraction like that and film it and easily, again, get a local brand or sponsor to pay for it, right? Whether it's the local pizza shop that just wants to put their name to this new star coming into town that's taking in the city, right? There's so many good opportunities here. So that is the second one for me. The third is Fantifo documentary series. Now this is more complicated. You know, anything documentary series wise, I'm sure everyone's hairs stand up because they're like, we don't know how to do that, especially smaller teams. Doesn't need to be that serious, right? All I think about here is could you find a local artist that's interested in making one of these things? Again, here's the one for LA Galaxy. You really only need one a year, maybe even one for the playoffs if you make it. And can you film the process of that artist creating that piece of content and developing it all the way to opening day or tip off where, that piece of artwork is now being waved by fans. There's an entire series of content that you can track there down to meeting the artist, the process, hanging it up, fans' reactions. Like there's so many good things that again you can easily put brands to, right? And the funniest thing that kills me about sports content, if you look closely at this, whether it's Discount Tire, AT&T, Chime, it's like all there. Like, it's all there. Like, it's really somebody, thinking to themselves, "Okay, we're gonna do these 2 things anyways. We're gonna work with an artist. We're gonna sell to brands. Why don't we put both together?" Don't ask me. People get it wrong. They miss it all the time. Is what it is. When we come down to like custom typography systems, yeah, this one was kind of like we ended up rambling it off the top of our heads when we were talking about the specific playbook in terms of our team. Again, very similar to the first one I gave you with San Diego FC and their game day graphics, right? It's basically taking a local hire or a designer to create some sort of proprietary typeface that's rooted in your city's visual culture. That could be incredibly, incredibly cool just to stand out again in general, but it's also a great kickback for that artist that's creating it. And I think if we're going to talk about, what ownership groups are, in terms of ownership groups practicing what they preach in regards to we're going to come in with this new team, we're going to buy this team, and we're going to be all about the community. They should be doing stuff like this, right? There's just no excuse for it. And finally, there's the art kit limited edition. Now, San Diego FC has an amazing program around this. I highly recommend you check them out. They're one of my favorites, in sports for doing this. But at the end of the day, what they do is they'll take a local artist, put them in or multiple local artists, put them in a competition, and whoever wins the best artwork, they'll actually sell that art piece at their in-stadium stores, both in stadium and then just localized brick and mortar stores. And I think it's just again, it's a really cool way to get these local artists involved in a feel good way. Plus, you could sponsor again that content. Like anytime we are activating someone, there is a process to it, and that process should be documented, right? If we're not thinking that way and we're not thinking about how we sell that, it's incredibly important. Now, we should probably get into on the flip side of all this, right? So if you're ready to like go do this, if you're ready to go make the content, if you have the wherewithal to document this sort of stuff, but you're thinking to yourself, how do we create inventory around it? How do we track it? Well, that is why teams like San Diego FC are using Athletiverse to do exactly this. We allow you to basically have a custom CRM that tracks all of your content types by sponsorship, brands, activations. You have everything at your fingertips to make sure that your content team and your sponsorship team are perfectly aligned. If that sounds like something that would be pertinent to you or helpful, you can apply to work with us using the link down below. By the way, guys, if you love this content or even like it, if you're into sports marketing, please like and subscribe. We have so much more coming for you. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to comment any questions you have down below and like this video so we can find other sports marketing legends out there. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you, guys. Take it easy.